Om Shanti. Very good morning, Divine Family. So today we will be doing a churning session on the Murli dated 15th 05 1985. The title of the Murli is The Method to Go into the Flying Stage and the Sign of a Charitable Soul. I hope my voice is audible. Can someone confirm? Okay, thank you. Thank you, sister. So, so in this Murli, Baba gave us a different method to experience the flying stage and also the sign of a charitable soul. So that these two things I found it the important part of the Murli. So so instead of revising the whole Murli, so we will be focusing on doing churning on these two points, the methods that which Baba highlighted in order to experience the flying stage and the sign of a charitable soul. So I will share my screen, just a small few points that are highlighted. So I just want to share it. So um, So the flying stage, we know what is the flying stage. So it is a very high stage in the yoga that we need to, each one of us have to experience. It's more of experiencing this stage. And we get different methods that which Baba, in different Murli will have different methods. In this Murli, Baba first highlighted the method. So we have to experience that, changing one word, that is tera, that is yours, into mine, right? So when we change this one word, mine into tera, this is the method that which we have to uh, follow in order to experience the flying state. So when we just change this one word, mera to tera, right? A lot of changes happen within us. It's just a small word though, but it is doing a lot of magic inside us. Right, when it comes to the consciousness that we have at conscious level, a lot of change happens, right? And the first thing is Tera means, we get that feeling that I belong to Baba, right? So everything is yours, right? Tera means I belong to you. So we feel so light when we say that. Baba said, I belong to you, Tera, right? So you is what? Baba. So here, when we just remember this particular word, right, Tera, so we get so connected to Baba, we feel a belonging feel to Baba, right, which will really help us experiencing Baba, right, and that will also help us stay beyond all the things that are happening in the physical world. And then Tera, makes us double light. It's just for not just for some time, but it can make us for all time. It's all depends on how long we carry this thought, right? How long we can hold this consciousness, right? Tera. So this also, right? This will also that make us light, double light. Means we know it is Farista, double light. Farista means there is no bondage, right? No strings are attached. Uh, no, desire to accomplish anything in this physical world, right? No strings are attached, whether it is related to the body or whether it is related to, the relations or basically body and bodily relations. So we can create a stage beyond all that. So it's just a one word, Thera. And we will also get the feeling that I am yours. So in the Murli Baba mentioned this, right? I am yours. So that this word, when we create this one word that I am yours, then all the burdens or all the thoughts that we have about the self or about the security, about how we have to live. Everything ends there, you know. It makes the soul further light. So when we become light, right, it becomes really easy for us to stay beyond, right? So we know when we come into the consciousness of mind, right, then it creates a lot of upheavals, right? Mind is a bondage, right? It will try to tie us down, right? It won't really help us to fly or go beyond this world, right? Mind, again, mind will take us to a limited world, limited consciousness. Whereas Tera, when you say Tera, means then we are going beyond, right? It becomes unlimited. And mind will take us to that body consciousness, right? Whereas Tera will take us to that consciousness of soul, right? I am a light, point of light. It just, see, just one word that all we need to do is just remember this one word. When we remember this one word, a lot of things changes within us, right? And our perception towards the world also changes, right? We want to love everyone when we say Tera, because everybody is mine, right? And then therefore we have a brotherlyhood drishti to everybody, right? So the mind will actually take us to a bondage, right? It's Baba says it's a we have to kill that mera. I mean, on the path of devotion, we see that for killing that mera, right? So they sacrifice a god there, right? Uh, but actually, we know that it's not the animal that needs to be sacrificed or right killed, but it is the conscious level that change has to happen. So it has to be killed at the conscious level. So our old sanskar, right, a 63 birth sanskar, we have been using these words, mine, I am mine, I am mine. And that has created um, a very big habit within us, and wherein we are using right we are using this mind all the time, which is actually tying us to this world. We will say, right, my shirt, my house, my body, right, my relatives, all these are going to take us to the limited world, right, a limited consciousness. So here Baba is teaching us, just change that into Tera and then experience the feeling that we get right through that. And then Baba says, Tera, if you constantly remember this one word, right, you can constantly stay lost in love of the one. See, this is also a nice experience, right? When we create a thought that I belong to God, I belong to the supreme authority, right? Then there is, of course, there is a feeling of love, right? We can experience that. And then the more we can stay with that consciousness, right, we will experience that flying stage. We have a feeling that, okay, we are in Baba's hand, or we are in Baba's company, or we are with him, or we are as companion, right? Always that feeling of God is with me. Right? So that is really giving us the flying stage, right? Helping us to create that flying stage and experience that stage. And then Baba says, this stage, uh, right, will create a elevated and imperishable future for us, right? So this when we create this feeling, right, when we will definitely create with that uh, with love. So when we are in this consciousness, this flying stage consciousness, or lost in love consciousness, so eventually our future is also becoming elevated. Our sanskar is changing. Our karmic accounts is getting cleared, right? And divinity is coming into us, right? All our good virtues and the divine sanskars, right? That is also getting accumulated into us, right? And yeah, so therefore, the treasure store of each one of us will get filled, right? So this accumulation will definitely help us to help others, right? So first thing is to fill ourselves with all the treasures. So for that we need to have this flying stage. So for that we just need to change one word, mine, into tera, and that experience, right, is going to give us a lot of things in return, right, in terms of experience and also in terms of the accumulation that we do, right? So once we fill ourselves with so much of wealth or power, whatever Baba's qualities, right, then once we become powerful, then we have to start giving. That is where Baba says, the next point, charitable soul. So we have to become a charitable soul. Once because we have become powerful. So of course, when somebody has something, right, then they always have the feeling of giving. So, and also when we have something only, then we can give. Like even if you take money, right? um, when we have money only, then we can support others with that, right? So similarly, anything that we have, virtues, power, or whatever we have in our treasure store, once we feel that only, then we will be able to give it to others, right? Um, so that flying stage really help us to fill our treasure store. So next is our we becoming the great donors, we becoming the charitable souls and giving others, right? So here, um, when it comes to charity, right? Once we do these two part, the flying stage and the charitable souls, right? Then we will open for your view about these two aspects, and you can share, right? So when it comes to charitable souls, we know that charity has to begin with a self, right? At self first. So first is to um, uh, have, there shouldn't be any thought within us, any wise thought within us. So when we create any sinful thoughts, that will go into the account of sin, not in the account of charity, right? So the first stage of charity is that we need to ensure that we are not violating any rules or the principles that is created by um, created by God, created by Baba. And then we need to ensure that the charity that I'm doing is through the thoughts, words, and actions. So my thoughts would be at the thought level, right? I need to have always elevated thoughts and good wishes, for others, right? If I have to have good wishes, good thoughts about others, means then first I need to fill myself with all good thoughts, right? So the raw material of thoughts, if I have to create good thoughts, then I need to have good information within me, right? Only when I have good information within me, only then my mind will create good thoughts, right? So in yesterday Baba said in the Vardhan that we have to fill the weak ones with power, right? There are so many weak souls around us, right? So we have to fill them all with the powers that we have taken from Baba. So we have to become an embodiment of power and then donate what we have received from Baba, because we, being the child of the bestower, right, the Almighty Baba, we have great responsibility to this world. So each one of us are responsible to carry out that. Right. So first is at the thought level. Second is at the word level, that we need to do the charity. And then Baba says we need to perform the charity through our action. So words means, when it comes to words, we have to uplift people, right? By our every word should give hope, and um, uh, um, it has to encourage people, it has to motivate people, right? We have to uplift them through our words, and by we have to give this knowledge, and each one of us should feel themselves they have received something, right? So we have to donate knowledge, and then through our action, right, we need to show uh, the action. When it comes to action, we have to show others, we have to inspire others through our action. So they should also feel like when they see us doing an action, they should also feel like, okay, I should also do this, right? So that should be the kind of action that I should be doing. My every action should inspire others, right? So that is another charity. So there are few charity that Baba has mentioned as greatest charity. So Baba said that we need to have elevated feelings and good wishes for any soul. So that any soul, Baba say any soul. So any soul means somebody who's defaming us, right? We need to have good wishes for them. So it becomes easy to have good wishes and elevated feeling for somebody who's supporting us, helping us, or loving us, right? It comes automatically. But when it comes to someone who's opposing us, right, then it becomes really challenge, right? So Baba here says that we, whether it is somebody who's opposing you or somebody who's loving you, so we have to transform, right, them as well. So in order to um, give them, right, something that which they don't have, right? So see, in this Murli, Baba said that power of tolerance. So somebody who does not have the power of tolerance, right? So we have to become tolerant, and then show them, right, the power of tolerance. I remember this, the um, eight powers. There is that photo, right? The power of tolerance that shows a boy throwing stones at a mango tree, and the mango tree does not throw back, right, the stone. Instead, the mango tree will give sweet mangoes in return, right? So similarly, when somebody is shouting at you, right, somebody is using very bad words at you, so having good wishes and talking in a sweet manner to them is really a challenge. I would say we need to have so much power within us, the power of tolerance within us. Only then we will be able to do that. So think how much we have to fill ourselves with that power. So, and we know that many people have done this already, right? We have seen Dadis and even Brahma Baba, right? We have heard all that. The power of tolerance that they have demonstrated. And only through that we will be able to donate that power to the other people, right? So when they see, when we start talking in a very sweet manner, so even though if that soul was raising his voice high, right? When they hear us talking in a very polite and respectful way, right, they will change their tone, right? Most of you might have experienced that. So that is what is the power that we need to change in order to transform them. So for that, we need to have good feeling and elevated feeling. I mean, good wishes for everyone, right? When we don't have that feeling within us, right, then we don't do that. I mean, when the situation comes, right? So that bhavana towards everyone, right? That sweet bhavana towards everyone is very important. So only then we will think of filling them with that power. Yeah, and then Baba said, enable a soul who lacks something to attain that thing. So let's say somebody is lacking, like we just mentioned about this power, right? We will enable them to feel that. So by we demonstrating that power, right? And then Baba said, consider the self to be a bestover, right? Yes. So because we are the children of the bestover, right? Our job is to give. We have to become Devata. We are Denewala. We only have one intention: give, give, give. We don't want anything from this world, from anybody, because we have to take everything from Baba, right? And then give, become a bestover and give. And then Baba also said there shouldn't be any desire to take. It should not be a business mentality wherein we give something and expect something in return from them, right? That is not a really a sign of a bestower, or it's not a charity, right? So what we need to do is there should not be any desire to take anything from the other person. So um, uh, right, we should also renounce the thought, or right, that I have given something, because when we carry the thought that I gave, or I gave them something, then you are really different from that attainment for all time. You are eating the fruit there itself. Baba says, unripe fruit. You eat unripe fruit there. So we don't want to do that. So since we can take everything from the bestower, from the child, from the father, right? So we don't need to expect anything from anyone else in this world. So we have to give, give, and give, and without any conditions applied, right? No desire. Okay, and give everyone, and then finally say, give everyone love, cooperation, and power. So this is what we have to give, and I mean we have to do throughout, right? Those who come into our contacts, right? Every day, many people will come into our contacts. So give them love, God's love, right? Give them support, cooperation wherever you can, right? Give them a power. If they are not ready to take the knowledge, it's fine. You can look at them and give powerful drishti. That also will give something, something they will get through that drishti. Okay, so this is what is the sign of becoming a charitable soul. To be a greatest, I mean, to do the greatest charities when we have all these within us, when we have all this as a strong dharana within us, right? We can definitely become a great donor, um, and with, perform good charity. Yeah. No desire for praise of the charity performed. Right, Baba highlighted that. Yeah, that we already discussed. Right, we don't have any desire because we are not expecting anything from others. Right, give others the experience of happiness. Give others the experience of happiness. So uh, this is giving others the experience of happiness, right? When we become a charitable soul, and when we are on this path of experiencing flying stage, and the treasures that we've accumulated within us, right? We will be able to maintain a state of happiness, right? And because we will be, when we are in that state of mind, right? We can give others that, because uh, when we have that stage, it becomes really easy to give, because giving automatically happens, right? All you need to do is just consistently maintain that stage, and then when you have that stage, right, you'll always be happy. You experience, when you are experiencing, those who are coming into your contact, you automatically give them that happiness, God's love, and you will be able to uplift them, right? You will be able to give them a feeling of bliss, right? And that will also sometimes enable them to become cooperative, right? Not only they become cooperative, um, I mean, we sometimes receive their cooperation also, right? In that case. So that was some of the main points that I wanted to highlight about these two things, about being experiencing the flying stage, and becoming a charitable soul. So each one of us, right, Baba's children are experiencing, most of them might be experiencing the flying stage. And of course, everybody is a great donor, charitable soul. Something or the other, we are giving every day. Yeah. So with that, I let's take a minute of silence, and then we'll open for the discussion. Shanti. So now the forum is open for any discussion. I'm sure you all will have something to share about these two stages. One is to experience in the flying stage, and becoming a great honor, sign of a charitable soul. Yeah, anyone would like to share? Even yesterday's Murli was also related to that, right? So yesterday Baba said, Yesterday's Ravyat Murli that we read, Om by read. So there also, even if your body is ill, right, your mind, intellect, everything is intellect, sanskar, everything is Baba's, right? So when we have the feeling that everything is yours, right, including the body, then we will not really feel any sort of a low feeling, or we won't say my body is not keeping well, right? Because we are trustees. Everything that we have is, Baba gave it to us to look after. So when something is not properly working, that which Baba gave, right? We don't really need to have a unstable mind, or we don't need to go into that uh, uh, sad stage or sorrow stage. Instead, we can stay beyond all that, right? Because when we have just one thought that everything is Baba's, that will really help us. Anyone would like to add? Yes.
Yeah. Shanti. Uh, yes, there is a lot of resemblance to the yesterday's Murli, detached observer state. I'd like to bring out two aspects. One is that the thoughts at thought level, the where it is written charitable thoughts, words, and deeds, and no thoughts influenced by any vice. This is a very important aspect that when there is a waste thought, Baba says it carries weight and the mind becomes heavy. And when there is a heavy mind, a lot of thoughts are, popping up. Then the soul will not be able to fly. The more the soul is free from the waste thoughts, more soul is light, double light, and it's able to, soul is able to fly in that blissful stage. And second is about the to give the others the experience of happiness. That last point. This point is also very important because the more we think good for others, and the more we are able to, through our thoughts, we are able to do service of Shubh Bhavna and Shubh Kamna. The others are able to experience that happiness. And the more we give, what we give, we get multiplied, gets multiplied multi-million folds, and the soul automatically gets lifted up, gets elevated up in the flying state. So, uh, these two are very important techniques of experiencing flying state. I have observed this in myself also. Whenever I wish good benevolent feelings for everyone, automatically soul feels light. And the more if I indulge in understand, the waste thoughts and all, the soul is not able to fly. That's these two are the key, which I think very important. Om Shanti.
Yeah,
There is
thank you. Yeah,
there is connection between um, becoming an angel or being in the flying stage and being a detached observer. The more you flying above the body conscious space, which is being on the material earth space, the more we get attached to things down here. But the more we move ahead, fly up, or it's like when we actually reach the top of the mountain, the peak of the mountain, everything looks to be very, very small. So it's exactly the same, Uh, flying high makes you experience being a detached observer and yet be committed. Because if we look at the quality of an angel, the angel is a benevolent uh, character, is what I will say, keep giving to everyone around and never would say that I have done it and flies away. So that's what is one of the reflection between these two Murlis that you brought out. Even yesterday's Murli had some connection to this Murli. So that's my reflection.
thank you, Rakpan. That was very nice. Yeah. And I, of course, mentioned a wonderful point. So, like you rightly,
Just adding one more reflection to what Rakesh also said. That is Just I remembered that why and things like why and what and when and how and these questions. Instead of that, Baba says it should be a fly and wow. Uh, instead of how, it should be wow. And instead of why, there should be a fly. The word that fly. So then, when there are no questions, then automatically the soul is cheerful and starts flying. Uh, so this is also a very important tip Baba uh, described in various Murlis. That again and again, and even Sakar Murli, that if we can take little precaution that wherever there is a why coming, that means we are not having a deep understanding of the drama. That drama is always benevolent and that why and all do not appear only. If there is a clarity about drama, the real drama which is happening, it's like a puppet show. Today's Murli also, Sakar Murli Baba brought out, sorry, Abhay Murli today brought out that it's a puppet show which is happening. And if the soul is detached observer, then the every scene is like a part of the puppet show. It will be entertaining, not it will be, and the soul will feel light always, constantly. Om Shanti.
Yeah, absolutely. Very nice. So there should not be any questions. The question comes, like you rightly brought out, by the when we lack clarity, right, or we are not ready to accept the drama as it is. So when we have questions, it really becomes difficult to fly. That is when we say hi, hi. Mhm.
Yeah, instead
Okay.
of questions, there needs to be a full stop. The question is like, beating the bushes and then coming to the point. So that involves sort of thoughts. So obviously, don't waste even a second or even a thought. Just come to the full stop and feel the experience the flying state. Om Shanti.
Right. Right. So Baba is giving us all these good points just to for us to experience, right, all the time. So flying stage, the more we experience, right, we experience happiness. The more we experience, we are, happy, and we always radiate that vibration. We always give that, we share with others, right? That will eventually become a strong sanskar within us, and we will change from human to deity there. Yes, Girija Ben, go ahead.
Om Shanti Prabhu. See, over here, as even earlier I had said, the word charity in Hindi, it has got two meanings. There they call it as punya, and it's also told as giving, donating. So here at the end, see where Baba speaks about it means my account of sin ends. That's how Baba finished the Murli also. That all there will be no name and trace of sin that ends. That's how Baba merged the word charity, that is giving, into a punya. But if you just take the word charity to give, I have to first accumulate. Because if I think I have got something and I'm giving from my own treasures too, that's going to be limited. It is something which I have got from the unlimited and I am giving. So from where I'm giving, that also I have to decide about my treasures too. Now, not only these, Baba has also spoken about a charitable soul means when you transform someone's sins, not to see anyone's weaknesses, but to see their wonders, or sometimes to give even purity, a donation of purity to somebody. But for the past few Sakar Mudlis, Baba has always been saying to have good wishes and pure feelings for all souls. That's charity. To make everyone's heart happy, to give peace to peaceless souls, to show destination to the wandering souls. Just like when you give water to a thirsty soul, what would you give a soul who's looking for that kind of thirst? That also is charity. So here you have to feel the pulse, what is needed. So to just go and donate something to somebody who's not going to use it is not charity. If a person is not looking, is thirsty, and you're going to give him riches, no, he's not going to take it. What he needs at that time is water. So that's why Baba has always highlighted, first check the pulse to see what they need. Then check your store to see whether you have that. Because we always think we are just giving, but is the other person taking? So for that, you have to know the need. And as you rightly said, even in yesterday's blessing, Baba said, fill yourself with power, become an embodiment of power and give power to the weak souls. And in every other Murli, Baba has only been saying charity is give the Father's introduction. So much he has been saying. So if the word charity is such a long latitude of things, we just cannot restrict to just a few points which Baba has given in this Murli. Okay, in this Murli, as you said, for the flying stage, and then the transfer of mine to yours. Okay, for that Baba has given. Otherwise, charity is like ocean. You have to also become an ocean when you give others. For me, charity is showing someone, a person who's lost, bringing him like a lost sheep lost, and bringing him close to his destination. So it differs from time to time, from need to need, and situations to situation. Now the earthquake is there. So what charity are we going to give? What Mansa Seva are we going to give? If you see that, even in there, Baba is saying it is something absolutely different. It is not only by words, by thoughts, by deeds, and enabling those souls who have left their body, just making them have a connection, a relationship. Really, so every time the word charity is something different, it differs. So first, I have to accumulate, and I have to have the thing of sharing. Nothing is mine. Everything is what is given to me by God. Om Shanti.
Yeah, absolutely. So very nice. First, we need to accumulate. Only once we accumulate, only then we can give. Yes, and you brought out that charity is a very big topic. Of course, yes. There are so many murlis, right? Different techniques Baba teach. So since our topic was this murli, so we took points only from that murlis, and when we become full, right, only then we can give. So Baba sometimes says that, abroad, the stores there, right, will have all the items, all variety of items available. So somebody walks in, they will find anything that they need, right? So we also have to open that sort of a shop wherein all the items are available in our shop, so that somebody walks in, they're not deprived of, what they have come for, or they should not feel that they haven't received what they have come for. So, and you rightly said that the feeling, understanding the feeling of the other person is very, very important. Very true. Otherwise, they will not take it. So, they give something that which they are not expecting. It doesn't really a charity also, right? Any other points? Anybody, those who have not shared, would like to share anything? Any points? Okay. So,
Like Bridget, by why I gave that example, know the person's need. I don't know, when we were young, we were shown this advertisement. A small child, go and give him a Cadbury chocolate or show him a $10 bill. $10 bill is more than the chocolate, but he would not. He would only take the chocolate. So that's what always I think. Treat every child, a person whom you're giving like a child, a person in need, and see what he needs. Just because you have a $10 bill, you can't flaunt it over him. That he just needs a simple Cadbury chocolate. That's the vision I always take whenever given what a person needs. It's so important.
yeah, very true.
Yes, I think this is a very important aspect. What one needs, if he can give that only thing to him or that to the soul, then automatically the soul uh, gets contented and satisfied. And uh,
Your voice is breaking. I'm not sure. There's
another thing,
Ombai, we can't hear you. Your voice is
uh,
breaking.
that could be very little also, but it will get accumulated in the process. Om Shanti.
So just adding on to what you were sharing, Ombai, we can give anyone what they need only when we stay connected with the Supreme. Because Baba has said in some recent Murlis that Baba is also not a thought reader. Similarly, we can't ourselves be a thought reader. But the only access for us is to understand what the other person needs is when we actually stay in this space of giving and connecting with the Supreme. And that's the real way of giving. Sometimes we just keep on giving what we think, "Oh, ye bhi de dete, ye bhi de dete," but that may be overwhelming for a person. But
Yes,
the
yes,
access to just this
totally
is
agree. I totally agree with you. We just be in our own original true self and connected to Baba, automatically our every thought is a service to everyone. And whatever the soul needs, definitely will receive. That's the beautiful point. Om Shanti.
Rakhi Ben, just wanted to share with you. I remember a long time back during the Gujarat earthquake, I think. I was there that time in Madhuban, and Karuna Bai was the one who was given the thing to send, these cartons or not. And that time, he just sent a few of those people to give peace to those souls who are there. So for that time, I just asked Karuna Bai, I said, Karuna Bai, you are sending them meditation, you're sending them. But I feel for a man with an empty stomach, know how roof above his head, food is God. A place is God for them. How can we go and speak to them? Don't we think we should first understand at that moment? Okay, later you give them the peace, which is the everlasting kind of thing, rather than just giving a few blankets. But don't you think for a man with empty stomach, food is God? So there, even what we do, I used to say, we have to clearly see those kind of things. See, the outside world is doing it. So, so why should we do it? It shouldn't be that kind of carelessness. Wherever we can give, whatever we can give, a place to stay. If somebody is lost house, giving them some place to stay in. I used to talk to him like that. When you said no, the need, I was just sharing that incident.
Yeah, wonderful. That was true, actually. So, some of you might remember that this landslide happened in Kerala a year ago, almost a year. So, it was a very serious landslide, and we have a Brahma Kumaris center, I think about 35 kilometers away. Center was not affected by this landslide. Um, but thousands of people died, and thousands, lost everything that they have, house, relatives, and very few people survived in that area. So, and many survived with serious injuries. And so after a few days, all these people, those who are affected, they're invited to Brahma Kumaris Center. I was part of that seva, so I was witnessing it. And they all came and they shared their experience and how they survived and all that. And people from Madhubana also had come, and they addressed all their requirements first. Okay, so they were invited to Brahma Kumari Center just to fulfill all their needs. So many came forward asking so many items. Okay, some wanted vessels, some wanted uh, tailoring machine, some wanted this Nixie, some wanted clothes, and so on and so forth. And all the list were collected from them, and then all the items, right, all purchased, and then invited everyone, and then a big lecturing. And also gave them a glimpse of what Rajyoga is and how we can experience with that, how we can stay beyond all our sorrow. And then gave them all these physical things, and they became very happy because they got so many things. And on top, they were respect. I mean, they gave a lot of respect from sender. Okay, so um, and then later, so many people have come to center, and so many also to course. Okay, and now also they are maintaining that connection. Many are coming. Some of them left though, but still they were able to create at least the message have gone to so many in that whole area, and at least some have become Baba's children. And that service is still going on. And like you rightly brought out, when somebody needs it, so understanding what they need and fulfilling that need first, and then we giving them knowledge along with that, right? People will accept it. So that was the trick that was played there, and it really worked out. So I think the interest of time, we'll move on to meditation, and then we'll close the session for today. So let's stabilize our stage in the flying stage, right? Let me see myself as a point and invoke my Parista Swarup. I'm a light. My body is made up of light. I belong to Baba. Everything mine is belong to Baba. सब कुछ तेरा है. The body, mind, intellect, sanskar, everything is yours. And I am an instrument of Baba. Flying angel. I feel all the power into me from Baba. Virtues, power, and I'm filling myself with all powers within me from the Supreme Almighty. And I see myself on top of the globe. I see that I'm taking from Baba and becoming a donor, charitable soul, giving everything to the world, to the people who are lacking. I'm understanding everyone's needs, what they need, and filling them with that power, that virtue. So my homework will be to give, and give. Those who come into my contacts, those who I interact with, those who I talk to, I want to give. I want to give. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall connect again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, you all experience this flying states and also give it, also perform charity. Om Shanti.